I'm not going to assume anyone's really watching this, but if you are watching this, thank you. I hope this is helpful. Doing a little more side quest modding stream stuff because I wasn't happy with how the last one went. I ended up doing a lot of really basic, like, functionality stuff without getting to do a lot of testing to really have the payoff, so I've kept working on more side quest stuff and having built up a bit more, not mastery, but competency, and having gotten to a point where I've got a couple of quests that are almost ready to go, ready to test. Figure I'll do one more stream of side quest stuff, and just so we can see it all play out. I got 2 that I want to try to get done tonight, and we'll just kind of get into it and see how it goes. The trick I've done this time, the difference that's made, after the last one I kind of wasn't satisfied with it, and I kind of looked at my processes, and what I decided was it would be far more helpful for me to kind of write the actual body of the text, like the localization boxes, in advance, before I even start working on functionality. And in doing this, I think helped. When I discovered that when writing things out, like the actual dialogue first, I discovered that like I'd figure out the characters better, and sometimes other options that I hadn't thought of in my initial flowchart might arise, or even like some options might get removed because like it doesn't make any sense, or it makes more sense if it works like this. That said, I'm still keeping like a lot of it sort of in my head and making assumptions, but in terms of actually being able to get online going and have like a quest that feels playable sooner, for me personally, writing out the localization blocks ahead of time, the actual body of the conversations, kind of does a fair bit to help me help me both like feel it out and also like get the hard part over with first, because this is the really lengthy part. As you just copy and bada bing. Couple of tabs and it's all good. So this quest I'm doing right here is sort of an inverse to an existing Rook side quest in his story campaign, where he's sent by the Rise to cover up a wildcat dig site in the bog, which has been overrun with urchins. So I thought, well, what if there's a version of this, because this is like a behind the scenes of Rook's story, this Arint story. So what if there was a timeline where Rook didn't do that, but the wildcat dig was still going on, and things just kept getting worse, and now Arint has to deal with it, because now it's on the Baron's radar. So that's the idea behind this quest, and it's basically the same structure. It's still short. You go to the site and do it, but I've thrown in a couple of twists in there. Namely that there's a like unique urchin that I've called a nascent urchin lord. The urchin lord doesn't actually exist in the game at this moment, as far as I know, but I assume it's basically a rat king made of these filthy urchins. So like they coat one in like sticky like filth and just stick to it and become this like mass of filth and fur that goes out and devours everything. It sounds terrifying, and like as soon as that becomes a possibility in the dialogue, even Arint's like, "What? We got to take care of this now before this gets worse." So that's the kind of twist I put on this quest. In theory, so basically, Arint arrives. The workers are hunkered down away from the pit, and she has a choice to either charge in solo against the Urchin Lord and a couple of urchins, or try to rally them to kind of deal with the reinforcements, take them out of play, so that all Arint has to do is work on the Urchin Lord, or recruit one of the workers to basically help her in combat as a party member. Somewhat similar to how the Rook side quest works, but with a couple of differences, which is for one of like the 8 side quests I'm doing for like the first part of Arint's day, it'll do. It's a bit copy paste, but nothing makes you appreciate quest writing like writing quests and having to come up with them. All right, I did the sort of like get convincing workers to fight urchins thing. I just copy a lot of that code wholesale because I want it to basically work the same. Maybe a couple structural differences where the resolution is after the fight, because you still have a fight whether you do the rally or the convince. I'm speaking gibberish to anyone who isn't familiar with the quest, but if you are, I hope this makes sense. Alright. Option... No, this dialogue. Right, I need... Once you do the rally and succeed... do battle... Flags equals... Battle flags, no bystanders, because you're doing this alone. And enemies equals... I have an enemies table already, but in this particular instance, I want to just do just the one. I wonder if doing that will just like the agent put them in a new table, and that'll be the only one they do. I don't know if that'll work, and if not, I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to make that work, but that should be fine. And everything that happens after this mandatory fight that happens in all 3 options will just be in the second state. Worry about that in a second. Alright, that's the rally option. Should be top option in this looping function. Second one should be convince, which I think can just be a basic negotiation. Which I believe is just convince, yeah, so we can just do, well, that, not like that. Let's see. No, it's just the worker I'm already talking to worker. Yeah, okay. So don't need to add any bells and whistles on that. That'll just be on success, on failure. And that'll play the success dialogue, and then just do function. Allies equals. Fight all the enemies in that one. Get cast member. In this case, the worker helps you. Not really joining as a party member, but just as a temporary. On failure, it just plays and then it loops back around. We literally don't have to do anything there. Okay. Do I have to keep that there, or can I just... I can just probably... I don't know if the basic negotiation requires that there, but I don't have any like function or anything. It's just a looping function in this particular state, so I can probably just leave that there. It'll just bounce back and then fight, so this is where we just go solo. Do I have an opinion set up for that? I don't. Let's go ahead. What am I looking at here? Looking for copy and paste for add opinion events. Yeah, go ahead and opinion up there. And that just goes to another option to confirm. We have no allies in this particular branch. It's just enemies. Alright, that should be the starter. Oh, I did set up these options. I should make sure I use them. I don't have just opt fight. I have opt fight post rally. Fight worker. Opt fight solo. The dialogue's the same. The option text is different. Almost put myself in trouble there. Okay. In theory, that should be it. Alright, and then we do the second block of text. Where after the fight, we decide what the hell happened. I should probably put params here so I know, like, what actually happened here. That'd just be the simplest way to... Alright, if quest param fought solo, then else if we go. Those should be mutually exclusive conditions. That happens. Just do dialogue. One solo. Then we can just do the rest, which is do quest cleanup, but manually. Alright, so if Thought with worker, if 60 quest, get cast member. If the workers are alive after the battle, that's going to be important to know. It's just branching dialogue. One with worker, worker died. Just a whole bunch of conditionals, and this should just work. And then we can test it. Almost there. Dialogue, rally. Workers died. Dialogue, rally. Nobody died. These should all be terminal dialogues. Yes. Okay. A turnabout succession, right. Okay. I already did most of, like, fiddly stuff beforehand, so this should just work, and it's short. So, fought worker, worker died, rallied workers. Alright, let's see if that at all works. Alright, we'll go ahead and just turn the music up, turn the Ace Attorney music off. The fog has its day as the quest we are trying to test right now.
Pushaka.
Sonsenasi.
Kitama.
Patserowa.
Chukilsu. Pokopeta.
Patatsel.
Hey there, Neek.
Shakos ho.
Doing another one of these, just out of the blue, real quick.
Toa Poshawa.
Bokotia.
Peshanko.
I need to add voice deliveries to basically all of these, but I'm saving that for way, way last. I want to make sure all the dialogues dang work.
Opioke.
Pipotiama,
Basisana.
Nititona,
Sotieshe.
Sepun Pieshua,
Piasapia.
Okay, so this is the one I really want to make sure works.
Kodepa. Shokukesa. Got your muape?
Also, this is going to be kind of tricky.
Zitsakeka.
Hatana Tusua. Hanashuzhina.
Ushu karte.
Shanmamoki.
Kasalosha.
Why not?
Taturki.
The trick is going to be if I can stick the landing.
Sakuto. Ashina Masho.
Saltakiaha.
I mean, I've got a pretty powerful deck to test with. Balancing after once I build all this stuff is going to be real interesting.
Saposepe. Hanashuzhina. Sakato.
Analosol.
Saposepe. Kapoka.
Tatsye.
Ashina Masho.
Idashatia.
Gonna take some damage.
Tenatuokosi.
Shokukesa. Hatana Tusua. Poketusse.
Just gotta stick the landing. Do this first.
Ashina Masho.
Tentaso.
Shokukesa. Yochotsa.
Sanosunteso.
Saposepe. Paso Tushu.
Chupiasu.
Shashenati. Tesabu.
Manashekapia. Matsupotil.
And there we go. Okay. Oh, yep. I did the lazy thing and put enemies as enemies instead of... did the enemies as a quest parameter in this one. So, yep. That would do it. Okay, we'll try that one more time.
Ekasia.
Also good to test the right-click summaries.
Sasha. Opio.
Okay. Can I just, like...
Sepun Pieshua.
Nah, that doesn't actually work. But alright, let's just win.
Profasol.
Ian Kiako.
This is the low version.
Puna Shas.
And this doesn't work. Just want to fight that one by itself, so...
Sase.
Gimmick is that if you hit him with a melee attack, a random card in your hand gets sticky. Oh, this is ugly. Do I just have to create a party by itself? Yeah. Simplest, dirtiest way. Don't know quite know how to do, like, merge, like, party and backup or something like that, so... Also, this is still kind of alive. Yikes. Stacking all that disease is also not helping. I've created a monster. Quite literally. Might also be the rank. This being a rank 3, these are all a lot tougher than I initially thought. Oh, could have used that earlier.
Batat cell.
Okay. Alright, that is in theory that job completed. And let's restart and figure out if the changes I made make it functional. Also, now that I think about it, might just want to nerf the rank a little bit.
Sehulkia?
Ekas teshanta.
Temetju.
So Tesakian kiako. Opioke.
One more time. Properly this time.
Hashusina. Saposepe.
Tipo Tiama?
Hashina masho.
Oh wow, it's nothing.
Shelkona. Patana Tusua. Sakato.
Tena tua così.
Got your muepe?
Shapia su.
Alright. Look at you late tonight.
Shokukesa. Kapokta?
Tu kepe mo.
Hanashusina.
Se pun pia shua.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
Shanmamoki?
Ona lo sol. Tutazie.
Shokukesa.
Mana se capia.
I need to fix that always putting down doubt. Something changed there.
Saposepe.
But it doesn't crash, so it's low on my list of priorities.
Patana Tusua. Poketutse.
A lot of stuff going on now.
Hashina Masho.
Tushu kate.
Belkiote.
Isholkia.
Sita Pion.
Saltekia.
Yotsa. Shokukesa. Saposepe.
Oh, I shouldn't have played that. Just added to a stack that was gonna die anyway. Okay.
Hanashusina.
There we go.
Patana Tusua.
Mititona. Patulki.
Suapap. Kode.
Okay, but why? Oh, yep, I know what happened. I kept the curly braces on.
Pokotia.
Capish.
Shish.
Una.
There we go.
Mesut.
This should be considerably simpler. Sticky can be a double-edged sword. But I said it to only work on melee attacks because that just makes sense. And having him by himself is so hugely important that it's very rewarding for that very kind of drawn-out and difficult thing. I'm probably going to change a fair bit of the I'm gonna change Arint's improvised cards because the items are both too powerful and a bit lazy, but they got the job done. Oh, you need to leave by the time that's done.
Secuapa?
Why didn't you leave? Why were you still there? Oh, because I did Right. Because the signed cast member was for the Lord of the Urchins Pa, not the Urchin Lord solo party. That's why that happened. To find a more streamlined way to do that.
But so
Panlas.
but
Okay.
Sehulkia?
Ian Tashonta.
Let's try the couple other branches real quick.
Chakos Hop.
So just Mokupisu. Ekasia.
Let's do regular convince. Let's just win.
Opioke.
And unlocalized dialogue. Excuse? Opt fight worker, dialogue fight. Oh, fight with worker. I did opt fight underscore worker, whereas it was opt fight underscore with underscore worker.
That's the Ashul.
I've already fixed it in the file. But I kind of want to see how this looks with having, you know, someone around. Also want to try and keep him alive just a little bit. Another drone, don't mind if I do. Yeah, definitely changing the improvised card. That's just a bit too silly. Down you go. Oh, fine, I guess you get one more. That's a pretty respectable combat encounter, all things considered.
Yadapas.
Kodepa.
Patulki.
Pokotia.
Manashekapi.
Tesapu.
Shiapanhapa.
Okay. Reset. Control R. From the top.
Sehul?
Tesapu. Teshonta.
Timana po. So
Ian Tasisana. Mokupisu.
Let's just do it alone.
Otiaso.
Tiltakeka.
Yatopu.
Oh boy. Let's just go ahead and give myself mending in advance. No reason. Probably should have brought an auto dog. Not necessarily jump straight into this. Not doing so hot. Some slight relief. Kind of thing I'm sort of wrangling at this moment is that I want Arint's side quests to be challenging because they're sort of selling the idea through gameplay that she's the captain of the guard for a reason. This is what her day-to-day looks like. But at the same time, it's certainly possible for, especially the first quest you take on in the entire thing, it can be a little much. Especially at like rank 3. At least you're very dead.
Santok,
Opioke.
Shun Sata.
Okay. Let's do a couple more runs. Mainly to test the failure states of the negotiations. Alright, I don't have any cards to draft yet. How silly of me.
Kitama.
Bash. Opetats.
I should put a skip line there.
Jesabu.
Alright.
Yep. Sua.
Suppose we just lose here. Ooh. I do. Because it's dialogue rally failure. That's why.
Ian Kiako.
Recently did this and can I repeat this action at this time? Didn't realize that just kind of takes care of itself in a looping function. I did not really know that. I tend to go all in on negotiations. I
Ekasia.
don't know how all the failure states work. But anyway, let's say we lose here.
Kupertessa.
Basisa na.
Alright. Let's restart.
Kodepa. Yes. Mokup.
Pitusa.
Suapapul.
Kupertessa.
Alright. That seems to be about everything, but let's... want to test one last thing, and that's...
Betat cell. Min
when I get the success thing for this one.
saposepe. Poketusse.
Totunma.
Hanashuzina. Halo Tekua.
Piekipo.
That's fine, it'll go away this turn. Or I could just appropriate it.
Patana Tusua. Mereka Passe. Miachiotsa.
Kushuapa.
Come on now.
Ashina Masho.
Kianake.
Shokukesa. Shotipoa. Hanashuzina.
I also need to change the negotiation improvise to have something more specialized.
Yatalashu. Got your muepe? Shokukesa.
Already well into overtime here. Give me that.
Belkiote. Patana Tusua. Gapoka.
Sisiso.
Ow. Oh, we're up to 4 impatience. That's great.
Ashina Masho.
Moselpa.
Saposepe.
Sasuata. Shasaka.
I need to not lose this one. But I just kind of need
Supa.
that.
Patana Tusua.
Tasitosa.
Beta Susu.
Shanusha. Pekatu.
Mokupis. Ekasia.
Tona Shes. What?
Shakona.
You come with a different icon for Sicket Substance too, because that's exactly the same as a strange chemical. I mean, one is green and one is red, but still, it's noticeable. But again, low priorities when right now we're just trying to get things working. Okay, and with this,
Pietokash. Pitashi.
Opioke. Sonsenasi. Basisana.
Totsia Sel.
Kodepa.
all right. I'm fairly satisfied, except for like a couple of bugs there where it's like... There's some things to tweak in there. Note to self, fix the Urchin Lord not disappearing from dialogue thing because it's technically a different agent, because I created 2 combat parties. What was the other thing? For this quest specifically? No, I think I took care of the rest of the bugs. Like the crash stuff. Alright, so that'll be that. Okay, 1 down. So the other one I want to do today, if possible, is this one. Which is The Pearl's Wayward Son, which is, since I get to write whatever fanfic I want, write a side quest where Smith plays a role. Smith is in Grout Bog for some reason. Alright. So... this is a bit more involved. Starts with going to... I've got the cast and the locations and whatnot and objectives taken care of. I just need to do the conversations, and I've got those written. So we need, first off, we need to confront state. I always forget. I always copy and paste, and I never remember. AC location equals get cast member. Which in this case is just bar. Localization. Okay. So basically, we go to the bar, because that's the last place we know where Smith definitely was. And we find out that he got into a bar fight, provoked somebody, and then mentioned heading off to one of the work sites. But first we gotta deal with this angry tourist, this out-of-towner, who had the misfortune of being completely beat up by Smith. So, intro plays. It's a confront state, so it's as soon as we arrive. Oh, I need to cast the guard, don't I? Just a random goon. Also, hi Jawa.
Hello.
Didn't realize you had joined the call until I actually looked at
Yeah,
Discord again.
Yeah, I've mostly just been sitting here listening.
I hope it's been interesting. Just
Just
listening to me ramble on about this coding and testing.
Well, I guess it's not a matter of just listening to you. I've been at least trying to do a little bit of writing of my own, but there has definitely been some interesting stuff. I don't think I've ever actually genuinely watched coding being done before, so
Yeah, it's I describe it more as scripting, but yeah. Let's go. So for this one, I've got just a singular option and dialogue break in the middle, just so I don't have like a big long one, really. And because it's kind of changing from watching this conversation to being part of this conversation. That's how I ended up writing it.
But anyway, just it seemed like a nice idea to maybe hang out even if I wasn't actually saying anything.
Oh, I don't mind it at all. I just I guess I just wanted some feedback on like are you having a good time? And like it was just a little weird that like I didn't even notice you until I clicked. I had the partially covered Discord window. Yeah,
Well, not saying.
Interesting,
not
but hard to
saying
comment on. I understand that. Yeah.
Well, not saying anything, not going out of my way to indicate I'm here, it makes it far more understandable.
Yeah, that was it. All right. So from here, got a basic negotiation, which is an intimidation.
I mean, frankly, I really don't even know all that much about this game. I had to go look it up on TV Tropes to have any idea what anything means.
Yep. It is a roguelike card game from, among many other things, the people who made Don't Starve. And it's also a what's the word I'm looking for? Visual novel RPG. And I like it a lot. A lot. So, and when they opened up modding, I decided to get it for shot and discovered that I actually quite like it. And it's one of the first like game dev things that I've really kind of absorbed and stuck with for, goodness, like probably like a couple of months now, maybe more.
Well, I would imagine that, taking the time to code your own stuff on multiple occasions would be a pretty strong sign that you've definitely got something you like about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a battle, which is self-defense. Oh, I need that there because I also want to make sure I'm talking to Mr. or Mrs. Tourist. Alright, that was why. That would have caused a bug if I had left that alone.
So then
Just realized I could improve that line. Sorry.
So then this modding you do, it adds stuff to the game, or does it change stuff, or?
I'm adding a character and a story campaign for that character, including side quests.
Okay, so the character you're doing things for the artwork, was that just default artwork, or?
I'm taking a character that was a boss and turning them into a player character. And since the way they work in engine is that they have these builds and whatnot. They can be somewhat interchangeable that way.
So is this so it's a new character using art for a boss.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 different characters then.
In engine, but I'm basically implying that it's the same character, just their side of the story.
Oh, okay.
But-
Yeah,
But in code, it's very different, player side versus AI side.
I can imagine. But no, that sounds like an interesting approach. I presume it's a boss you liked then.
Yeah, I liked the character a fair bit.
Okay.
Sort of this no-nonsense head of security type who has this kind of kick-ass chest beam cannon thing.
I did notice the chest beam.
Yeah. Alright, I'm blanking on what I want to happen after this, and it's... need to change objectives. Yeah, go work site. All right. Same down here, actually. That should do it for that part of the conversation, I think. Okay. Let's find out if that worked.
Panapuhu,
Mesuto
Totiana,
Pokoti
Tipiapa,
Iankiako Suapapul
Sunapota, Sakikat, Takipil, Kupelson,
Patatsa
Kiona Piapa,
Mokupi
Tashis Hill,
Opioke
Kenehe Pipona,
Patsia
Takipilshi, Sakikasa,
Get to the barn.
Poshuata. Osantosie.
Oh, that's not how I want that to go at all. Oh, did these end up as like the same person in casting somehow? Did I just not cast one of these? No? One of them should be Admiralty Clerk, one should be a Spark Baron Goon. So what the hell?
Seta Seke.
Okay, yeah, somehow these two got cast as the same
Sasokusha.
person. Or no, the guard went uncast. Why? From the top with a reset. I had a character talking to themselves.
Tiaminas to Rots to Tianata.
Which is amusing in its own way when you put it like that.
Oh yeah, but like, it's not what I need to do. There we go. Okay. Alright, I wanted these to...
Mais pas quoi?
Need these to emote as soon as they arrive, not after.
Coupel son.
Cache le mien. Petoshake.
Pashulkan.
Mokupisu.
Patapopia.
Son zenasi.
Susasena. Sisapu.
I don't think I want bystanders in this fight. But it's also, it'd be also be fun.
Suapapu.
I don't really want or need bystanders, and I don't think that, like, even the bouncer here is gonna really care. Oh, I forgot to put in dialogue. Yep. Or after you win. That's fun. So just doing that. Dialogue 1. The rest of it works. Okay. It's always the silly things, a line here and there. Alright, so now we need conversation number 2. Go to work sites. This is with the foreman of the work site, which is, in this case, is not actually a foreman, it's a Spark Baron Taskmaster, but who cares? This is a hub. Just, so it's a dialogue option, then you ask and it gets started. And the story here is that we're still following the trail of Smith, who went onto this work site where they're digging up potentially potent Vagrant Age, spark artifacts, and Smith just walked up and talked to them into handing one over, saying, he's representing a very important, expensive client. And Arint, arguably their boss, is going to be like, "Ah, come on. Really?" And then someone else who's also hunting down Smith to kill him is going to approach us and be like, "Hey, I've got a bone to pick with him as well. Let's join forces and look for him together." And it'll be a little awkward because, we're actually kind of been hired to make sure he returns alive. But either we fight him or we just go along with it so that we can take him on together.
Friends close, enemies closer.
That's pretty much the idea. Originally,
I will
this is-
accept your offer, but only so I can stab you in the back later.
sometimes it's how you gotta do it. So option to start things off, opt ask. Usually a good idea to format these so that options are named the same as the dialogue that they lead into, with just the different prefix. Then we go to a whole new set of functions. Talk to and the person who's hunting Smith is actually another day one early game boss from Smith's campaign. Basically, I'm pitting Arint against everyone else's mini bosses, and that's her starting quest. All right, so we talked to boss. Have that dialogue. Then either pretend to go along with it or fight them. Alright, so objective I have two objectives that go from here, which is find Smith together or find Smith alone. Probably end here rather than travel. Do I want to recruit them as an escort? Or as a part of the party? Not necessarily crew, but following along. They'll be immediately leaving anyway. But it'll be fun on the UI. Alright, what's my cheat sheet for that? Very, very briefly joining the party. Oh, don't have an equals there. Whoopsie. technically a boss fight. Complete. Go worksite. Activate. Find Smith alone. He's dead or not our problem. I think that's functional. I could be very wrong as always. All right, let's try it.
Pokopeta.
Sotieshe,
Ko te tu.
Betsiashul,
Kekanikapa. Pushako.
Shasomo, Biasapia,
Kepelpo.
Hakosan,
Pancho Shaw.
Bashupe,
Tosona. Shukilsu.
Well, if I attack this person, the the guard and the taskmaster on site are going to join him, even though I'm their boss. Oops, I need to include the battle flag. No bystanders. Because I am allowed to do this.
Temetu.
Sot
Pishenko.
Let's see how that goes.
Huakyonte.
Betat Sel.
Ooh, that's a lot. Let's not have that happen. Summon more robots, that always helps. We'll let you live.
Kekanikapa.
Bokotia, Ienkiako, Basisana,
Shakos Ho.
Okay. That all seemed to work on that end. Still got a few more conversations and steps to do. Technically, this is 2 branching paths that I need to test, too. Because I've got 2 very different things that happen, depending. Oh no, I forgot. I need to make my own version of NPC Smith with negotiation behavior, because one of these branches has you negotiating with Smith. For reasons. Alright. Well, I can worry about that later. Let's go ahead and return to code. Which branch do we do first? Well, let's do the solo drunksmith one first. All right. So if we end up searching for him alone, because we already fought and drove off the boss, then we don't join forces with Smith against the boss. We just find him stumbling drunk along the road because he's very much a drinker, and have to either convince him that we're on his side and not trying to lead him to a trap, trying to lead him back to our quest giver, or smack some sense into him and potentially accidentally kill him. Oh, reminds me, I need to make sure that when he has the wanted alive condition when he enters battle. Do I... That one's wanted dead, but I can just swap that around. There we go. Dialogue intro. Basic negotiation. Convince. Oh, make sure we're talking to him as well. So I don't have to specify who. And if he's alive or dead, we want to know that. Let's see. Just do a parameter, I think. Else, he joins the party briefly. Using the same recruit code as before. Yeah. And if we fail, then we gotta do the fight, which is basically how all these branching things go. That should do it, I think. Wait, I don't need a parameter for that, because I can just check on the... If not dead, recruit him. Otherwise, he's dead. Do I want to make this self-defense so I don't end up annoying him? Let's see if that works. I should have the save just poised to do exactly this, so... That didn't work. Let's try that from the top then.
Zehukia?
Opia, Tashon.
Tashi's hill.
That's
Panapohu. Kupelson.
so.
Kena Holshe.
I still need to put no bystanders on that particular battle. Because I just don't think the Jakes would jump in for Arint, who can clearly take care of herself. Well, Nah, I should let the consequences be consequences.
Shaso.
That's interesting.
Sionapiapa.
Sotieshe.
Sakikasa.
Batats.
Sunapota.
Kodepa.
Sukapu.
Tesapul.
Pushako.
Sonsenasi.
Pote
Kat.
Tupiaki.
Bashu.
Capiosho.
Basisana.
Just gonna win here.
Puakjante.
Ienkiak. Mokupisu. Pokotia.
Pokopet.
Get cast location. Why is that? Oh, the location I've got for this. Get cast. Okay, that was the confront state. I did a thing there. All right. It was this line 533. I did it. The function is get cast member, which can be a location or a person, agent. But I did get cast location because I wanted to get the location, but that's not the name of the method in code, so I did an oopsie. And because it was now checking for that all the time to trigger the confront state.
Kokoshe? Shakunapa. Bashalsye.
Tesapul.
Tiempo ma. Sipiaka.
Yeah, I could just be the aggressor here. That's fine. That makes sense.
Shashenati. Sashapia.
And yeah, Smith right now has no negotiation behavior whatsoever. NPC Smith, that is. I forgot that. He has some basic battle behavior, but not negotiation behavior. So if I'm gonna do this,
Pansoshoa. Siaputia.
Batat sel.
Kepiakyol. Shiokatsa. Shomesa.
a lot of facepalming going on. His official title is Walking Disaster when he's an NPC. That might be a placeholder. It's a good placeholder. I mean, do I write my own behavior or hold out for Clay eventually implementing it? We'll find out. Alright. Let's get the rest of these done. Alright, give me like a couple minutes here. Gonna stretch a bit and get some water. Alright, sorry about that. 2 more conversations to go. Kind of flying fast here, not really doing thorough testing at the moment. Just making sure I can get through a branch and it doesn't die. Alright, let's do the other version, where we look for the boss together. Do that correctly this time. And this is going to be Sobersmith. But that's not what I wanted. Okay, almost there. Dialogue intro, as always. And we only have one option, and that's to defend Smith against not one, but 2 bosses, because he brought back up for the betrayal. I don't know, I figured it'll make it more interesting. Oh, I need to make sure that our escort is removed from the party. And while we're at it, why not recruit Smith onto the crew? Let's see, self-defense and boss fight. Ally, Smith should already be our ally because he's on the crew. Enemies should be... Will this work? Oh, for this one we're gonna need to check to make sure Smith is still alive. Oh, that's right. It could be the boss and Smith could both be dead. So I need to check these multiple times. That should be it. If Smith's not dead, then it's considerably simpler. Alright, so Dialogue 1 both dead in that case. Sorry, I had to take a second to think about that, figure it out. But if you spare the main boss but Smith is dead, then you get that dialogue. And if, regardless of whether the boss is dead, if Smith is alive, then you get the dialogue where Smith is alive. And it checks inside it whether the boss is dead because that's who you're talking to. Alright, and since we're here, we'll go ahead and type up the final conversation, which also has a potential choice in it. This is a hub. It's not like there's gonna be anything else, so don't need to worry about priority, I don't think. Alright, if... if he's dead, then we fail. Oh, I don't have an option to actually just, like, report. Whoopsie. I'll just do 2 there. Is there just something there for just fail quest? I should probably look that up. That'll be encounter Convo Stake Graph. No, it's not that. It's a option, maybe? There we go. There we go. Fail quest. There we go. I figured it. I mean, obviously, if complete quest and activate quest worked like that, but you never know for sure. I've been burned before by making that assumption. I'd rather know and know where it is. And from here, we have a few more options. Because Smith still stole an artifact for Tay, and we got to decide what to do about that. And that'll be negotiation with Tay if it comes to that. We can also just take payment for it, or just be a good friend and allow them to. Should probably also specify payment amount at the top here. Just call it 200 for now. I'm sure these numbers are wild for economy right now, but putting them there so I can change them easy later. I've already got a card in mind for what the artifact actually is, card-wise. Do I just run the looping function here? Could. But I don't actually have much experience with those, so I don't think I will. I'll just have to do some copy pasting. Let's keep. All right. I think I'll also extend the opinion event to... I'll worry about that later. Okay. That might be a quest there. Of course not. Oh, I did function as a hub on this final one when I meant it to be a hub. Yep. No state pushed. That's what you're complaining about. There we go, made the change and it's good. Is that what you mean? This one. Okay.
Tiaminase.
Kodepa. Sonsenasi.
Panapuhu.
Papatanasha. Tepiolton.
Pashupe. Ien kiako.
Siaputia.
Sakikasa. Sunapota. Kenehe pipona.
Oh, Smith's supposed to be on screen for that. Oh, I should probably remove Smith from the party at this point.
Fasisana.
Shutonakoa.
Well, that's amusing. Let's just say we win.
Takipilshi.
Siasaka. Shakunapa.
Kupelson.
Card works. All right, from the top. Okay.
Seul?
Opio. Shonta.
Tashis hill.
Kiatopu.
Tipiapa.
Ekasi.
Kionapia.
Pokotia. Su.
Totiana. Takipilshi. Kenehe pipanapuhu.
Tesapu.
Totianata.
Mokup.
Tash.
But
Sun.
that's
Kionapia. Kupelson.
Timanapo,
Tipiapa.
Coseso, Sotsipe,
Koselpoto.
Opioke.
Tashalpa.
Mesuton.
Tenasosa. Sesapu.
Mokupi.
Let's just win.
Sakikasa.
Sotieshe.
Takipilshi.
Suapapul.
Pushaka.
Hakosan.
Potepalpo.
Tesase.
Capiashua. Shakosho.
Shapiasye. Katami.
Makupara.
Betsiashul.
Sokeko.
Shakona.
Toposhi. Temetu.
Ien kiako.
Tukoashe. Kitama.
Pakiakena.
Koseka.
Fasisana. Betat sel.
Kesi almena.
Kemepian.
Sanasa. Pokopeta.
Oh, players should be back on the left side there. Whoopsie daisy. Hmm.
Mesudon.
Kepe polpa.
This could be tricky. Let's get a drone out. Singled out. Ah, I see. That's a fair bit of damage. But this is actually pretty manageable. Well, having the extra backup helps. Doing that good stuff again. But the boss fight graphic did not include the backup that... Because bosses don't usually have backup. Why would it be in there? I should probably put it in the dialogue thing. That'll do it. Oh, don't tell me. Unlocalized dialogue? You kidding me? Because I got the name wrong. Dialogue Smith Alive. Dialogue 1 Smith Alive. Yep. It should have been... Yep. Alright.
Sunapota.
Tesapu, Katopu,
Kenehe pipona.
Sapiepe, kapusukua.
Tesase, Pokotia,
Tolkelta.
Sakikasa. Kupelson. Totianata.
That should still be fixed, right? I should have fixed that.
Kodepa,
Oh, I should include that as as part of the option. Whoopsie daisy.
Tashi's hill.
Ekasia,
Let's go ahead and just reset that. Because I haven't triggered the save yet.
Panapuhu.
Mokupis, Pashup,
Kionapia.
Kepepol. Pa.
Betsi, Opio,
Siahata.
Sakika. Sunapot. Kenehe pipon.
Pansoshoa.
Ekasia,
Tipiapa.
I'm using that tag wrong,
Pokotia.
aren't I? I'll have to look that up later. It's the thought that counts.
Poshike.
Okay. Well, still a few things to iron out, but that seems to be a quest from beginning to end. 2 of them, in fact. Which I feel like at least shows off the payoff of writing quests a lot better than the last stream. Alright. Well, in that case... good stuff. Alright, well, that'll be it for tonight. Those of you who tuned in for this impromptu stream, thank you.